Hi here, Vince here. I am back for another video on my channel, and today I'm talking about giving a review of the first week of Strictly 2022. Yes, Strictly has begun, and the first live show took place on Saturday, and I rather enjoyed it. I was working on Saturday, so I had to get in very quickly to watch a 3-hour show of the show. I had to stay up until like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was so exhausting, but it was worth the wait, I have to say. And yes, I was very impressed by the first week of Strictly. It was nice to see a big old audience, and yes, we had a good show. Some few surprises in there. Will and Nancy's jive was really good, I have to say. Very impressed by Will and Nancy. I think they're going to go far. They were a bit of a dark horse, I've got to say. Really pleasantly surprised by Will and Nancy. And another big surprise topping the leaderboard was Hamza and Jovita. I did not expect that. I think most people were saying Hamza was going to be out in an early stage, but now he's going to go. He did really well. He could go quite far further than we thought he would. I think it was good that he had a ballroom routine to start off with. I think the foxtrot really suited him. It's going to be really interesting how he's going to do the Latin. I think that might be his downfall, like his Achilles heel. So maybe, hopefully, the next few weeks he's going to get a few more ballroom routines and maybe a little less Latin routines. But we've got to wait and see. But that hair though, yeah, that hair. Oh, it's an accident waiting to happen, isn't it? But I was pleasantly surprised with them. Because I really thought Fleur and Vito were going to top the leaderboard in their first week. And they were the last ones on, so I was expecting it, but no, they didn't. I think maybe there was too much content out there for Fleur. Maybe she could have toned it down a little bit. Interesting to see how she's going to do with ballroom. Maybe Fleur isn't going to be a runaway winner, like she's not going to top the leaderboard every week. It's going to be interesting with Fleur. It's going to be interesting, but at least we get a little bit of a journey story kind of thing. Like at least she's not too good for Strictly. So maybe it's quite refreshing that she didn't top the leaderboard in the first week. What else pleasantly surprised me? I've got to say, I was happy with Eddie Taylor and Johannes. I was pleasantly surprised with that as well. I thought that was a really nice, decent quick step for week one. I think she also has a lot of potential. Talking about comedians, Jade Adams, I was pleasantly surprised with that. Samba, not easy for your first dance, I have to give it to them. First week, that was quite difficult for them to do a samba the first week, but it wasn't Susanna Constantine kind of samba. I'm quite happy they got through it, and yeah, let's see what rest they do. Annie Simmons, really happy that she did well in her first week. I think she's been trolled a lot on social media, and I'm like, really, just give her a break. She's trying her best. Like, but good on her for Ellie Simmons and Nikita. Beating those trolls and doing that. Good for her. Who else? Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's all the ones that I was pleasantly surprised on about. Oh, and Helen and Gorka, I have to mention them, Maker and Smooth. I thought they had so much potential. Maybe if they were later on in the draw, maybe the scores would have been a bit higher. But no, I see a lot of potential in those two. I thought they had a very good first week dance. And now let's get on to the ones that didn't do so well. Starting off with the most obvious one that didn't do so well, Tony Adams and Katya Jones. I don't think they're going to lift the trophy, are they? Let's keep it that. That tango just wasn't good. No, I mean, the poor man did look like he was going to break down in tears. It was quite actually upsetting and sad to see. He made so many mistakes. I think the nerves did get the better of him. I think when he started his routine and went wrong, I think that's when the light shined on him and he thought, oh, I'm actually on Strictly, you know. Oh, crap. So what do I do now? I thought I was going for I'm a celebrity. I thought I was on Celebrity MasterChef. But no, I think, you know, panic went to him and he just didn't recover. He really didn't. I think Katya's got a big challenge on her hands this year. I don't know what... I don't think it's Katya's year this year lifting the trophy. No, it really isn't. I was disappointed with Matt Goss, I've got to say. I thought he would have done a lot better than he did. I think, like Tony, he panicked a little bit. I think he rushed into it. It was a bit messy. His hold wasn't as strong. I feel like he was just trying to get the routine over and done with. I thought he would be better with this. I mean, maybe it's week 1, maybe he'll be better with another routine. He's doing a samba in week 2, so we'll wait and see on that. But yes, it was an interesting first week, full of highs and lows, and a few surprises. Now we go into week 2. Question is, who will be the first to be eliminated? And I think the most obvious one to be eliminated first, I think, is Tony and Katya, sadly. I think they're doing a Charleston in week 2, so, you know, he's not going to do Latin, and I wouldn't be surprised he would ever do Latin, because he's going to be eliminated first. But no, I think maybe Katya could get away with choreographing a good Charleston for Tony, and maybe he'll pick up some points. I don't know, maybe his nerves could go away, but considering he was 5 points away from the next score, I do think he's going to struggle. But the question is, who's going to he be up against? I thought Kay and Kai did alright for their first week dance and their tango. I mean, it wasn't brilliant, but, you know, they're also doing a Charleston week 2, actually. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. I think she'll avoid the first elimination. She's Scottish, so she'll get the Scottish televote. There's 6 million people living in Scotland. A lot of people watch Loose Women, you know. So I think she'll pick up the televote. I'm kind of concerned, actually, with Tyler and Diane and Kim and Graziano. Those are the 2 couples where I worry their televote scores won't be as high. Because I did actually forgot about them after they performed. Thank goodness it wasn't a televote week in week 1 for them, and they had early draws to get them out of the way. But I am concerned about Tyler, Diane's televote. Yeah, maybe it will be better, more memorable in week 2, but I could see a scenario where he does get eliminated earlier than people think he would be, which is a shame. I want Diane to go further this year, but I do have this Dev Griffin kind of vote. It's like, oh, not again with Diane, but let's see. It could be, you know, one to watch out for. And Kim and Graziano, I did tend to forget. Maybe they were first on, but I did think, and their scores, you see, with the thing with Tyler and Diane and Kim and Graziano, because they both had like middling scores. So if they have like middling scores, and if they come like 11th, 10th with their judges, and if their televote scores are very low, they could, either one of them could be ending up in the dance-off, which is my concern, how memorable they are. But hopefully they'll get better dance, more memorable routines going forward. And I'm also kind of worried about Matt and Matt and Nadia. Like, for me, I did actually also tend to forget about them, maybe because they weren't as high on the judge leaderboard. And Matt is quite quiet. He's quite a shy person. He's not the most loudest of people, so I don't know how the public are gonna respond to that. If he's a bit quiet and laid back, will people remember to pick up the phone? Again, he is a big name. People said, I'm looking forward to seeing Matt Goss on Strictly. So, who knows. But yeah, if I had to predict anybody to eliminate first, I think it would be Tony and Katya. I think they are going to be the first ones to go, unfortunately. I just think it's going to be an uphill battle this year for them to really, I think, whoever they're going to be facing up in the dance-off, I think they are going to really struggle. I think Katya's got the biggest challenge, bigger than Ed Balls or any of her partners. But Yeah, it'd be a shame to lose Katya so early on. I don't know if the reason why she got Tony Adams because she's Russian and the Ukrainian crisis. I hope that got nothing to do with that personally. But yeah. But the good thing is, if she gets knocked out first this week, next year she's gonna win because she's gonna get a good partner this year. Let's hope so. But yeah. In any case, who do you think will be first out on Strictly Come Dancing 2022? Comment down below, like and subscribe to this video. I'll be back for more content very soon. Till then, goodbye people, goodbye.